There is 1 week left in the season. Normally this is clickbait and there's actually like 10 days left, but I am slacking. So I think I'm going to post this in the morning, so there might be 6.5 days left in the season, but we're going to do the annual, or I guess penta-annual recap, because at the end of every single venture season, I like to go through and talk about what's still available, what you missed, maybe what's coming out in the future that you should look forward to, and what's worth grabbing that you can still get. So first and foremost, this is going to be a sectioned video. We got the graveyard, then we'll talk about the quest stuff, the llama items that are worth grabbing in the event shop finally, but we got to talk about the graveyard. This is everything that has already gone and is no longer available. I cannot recommend using this timeline enough. I keep it updated myself, and I even put a little thinger up here to let you guys know when I last looked at it, and I've even got the times up here. I try to change this for daylight savings. Like, I got you guys. You just got to use the timeline because some stuff leaves early. Stoneheart Farah next season will leave early. She does not stay for the entire event. And one of the best heroes that you can get this season is Crackshot. He stacks up your damage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all the way to like 145% damage. It's awesome. Okay, technically it's 2.9 at a time in the league. Doesn't matter. He's very good. And he leaves early. He just skips out of town December 31st. Couple weeks left in the season. He's gone. Why they couldn't hold him for just 2 more weeks, let him stay the whole time, I don't know. But he leaves early. So anyway, Crackshot is passed if you have not gotten him. I will say on the positive note, Ice King, Paper Shredder, Sentry Gunner, Krampus, and the Frost Knight banner are all still available season long. However, you can see in the italics over here, 1 week only. Tank is gone. Tree of Light is gone. Oh man, Jingle Jess is gone. I like my little ads so you guys can check out videos, but I wish that would go away quicker. Ginger Blaster is gone. Ted is in the llamas still, so I don't. He's a weird exception. Like, he is only available from Frost Knight for 1 week, but you could probably still get him in Holiday Llamas. I don't know. He's in a weird spot. Frostbite is gone, and the Shark Attack is not gone. I think you can still do Final Frost. I don't have that as 1 week only. Yeah, for whatever reason, Final Frost stays for 2 weeks. Probably because it's a harder modifier, and they might as well. I mean, why remove this mode and only leave us with the default for the last week? That'd be strange in my opinion, but the Crackshot was strange too, so who knows. Anyway, Shark Attack, decent launcher, worth grabbing if you're interested, and I can get to the quests now. That segues perfectly. So, I can't show it because your boy's been running a little bit of Frost Knight, but in here, Ice King is one of the best heroes in the entire game. As a constructor commander, he freezes enemies when they hit your walls. That's a big deal. Like, if you're just strong enough to survive a smasher, the smasher will freeze, which is huge. That's a very, very big bonus. There are also the Elite Frost Knight quests. I am not about to grind out Sentry Gunner Krampus. You can't make me. If you don't have the lone Krampuses killed, they're standing around the map. There's about 3 every time, and I believe every mini boss counts. That's why I have 62, and I'm pretty sure these are shared. So you can grind this solo. Load in, kill all the guys standing around. You can use a minigun, load out, because you don't start with consistent weapons, so that's pretty consistent. And then you can just kill them, and I think you can just leave. I don't even think you need to finish wave 1 anymore. You can just grind that. It's worth it to have a unique hero, but I don't wanna. I think I got him from, no, somebody we know in my 5-person llama opening video, someone got a Sentry Gunner Krampus from their birthday llama. That might have been Tomato. I don't remember who it was, but that was a good get because he is kind of a grind. I've got like 2 copies of this guy. That's going to be enough for me because screw that. And then the Paper Shredder. That pistol explodes on impact. And if you aim at your feet, it's a pretty good weapon. It's a pretty good weapon. I'm going to try and link a ridiculous amount of videos down below. So constructor guide for Ice King and upcoming Warden Kyle down the line. Paper Shredder video. That was like a Christmas in July video I posted that was recorded a year. That had a whole production story behind it. I explained that in the video. But that's a very good weapon that you might want to grab. Paper Shredder is interesting. You do not need to do 10 waves above 50% burner. Not consensually. It would be consecutively. Yeah, they don't need to be back to back to back to back to back. You can survive 1 wave, and that starts from the beginning of the wave to the beginning of the next wave. So when you're waiting, so say wave 6 starts, it is not until wave 7 begins that that wave has concluded. So what happens to me and many others is you survive the defense. Hey, look, wave 6 is cleared, and now we're just building and building and building. Burner slips to 47%. You just lost a wave of progress for the paper shredder. So you got to be careful with that one. It's a little confusing, but it's a great weapon. Super fun to use, and I like it a lot. So yeah, let's talk about quests. I think I am talking about quests. Jilly Teacup, she's a good hero for Teddy. So the first hit, or is it the first hit crits? I think so. She's really nice to have. I don't remember what she does because she's just kind of a default in every Teddy build, except for this one. Whoops. Yeah, Jilly Teacup's just nice to have. She crits on the first shot and has a chance to malfunction. Yeah, under warranty. So let me just pull her up here so we can all see together. 100% crit chance right away, then a 5% chance to just critting everything. If you're in a low enough level zone, maybe you're grinding ventures, she's a great hero for just deleting everything. It's very, very nice to have. So yeah. And down the line, while we're here, I will be talking about Fragment Flurry. That's just a great hero to have. She's involved in pretty much every Teddy build I run. Fragment Flurry is from the llamas, so I am getting ahead of myself, but she's a great hero to look out for. So be sure to do Misfit toys. In my opinion, you should just be doing these anyway, even though Red Willow is by no means a strong hero. She got buffed like 3 times stronger, and she's still bad. However, I do as I say, not as I do here, because I've not been playing Save the World much. If you're grinding every day, you should at least do the quest. I mean, these are relatively easy. They usually take a mission each, and then you can just do it while you're doing other stuff. Destroying streetlights is not hard, and you're getting progress all the way through. I think these have like different gold rewards and stuff periodically. So it's just worth doing in my opinion. And then I think that's just about it for quests. I don't believe there's anything else that I'm forgetting. Misfit Toys has Ted with his thumb up, but I don't even think he's a reward. So I don't know. I don't know why she's not in the picture. That would make more sense to me. So llamas, just in the interest of time, I'm not going to go over every single item available in the llamas. I think if you grind into Frost Knight a few times, like I have not played much this season at all. I've been pretty checked out, and I still got 28,000 tickets. I do not believe that, and that's basically only Frost Knight and a little bit of Ventures. So like if you played more than me, which is easy, you should have enough llamas to get everything. But if you're missing stuff, here's what you really want to look out for. Warden Kyle got a huge buff. In the same update that didn't do enough for Red Willow, he got sextuple the healing, so 6x. It is sufficient now to keep you alive. It also now gives you energy, and then he's even better in the lead. Warden Kyle went from like F tier, why does he exist, to S tier. Oh my god, so much healing. He's a great hero to have. Any rarity will be fine in support. You don't really use him in the lead, but you want to get a copy of Warden Kyle if you're still grinding llamas. Alchemist Sarah is nice for smoke bomb healing. Doesn't come up much, but it's a nice thing to have. Fragment Flurry, mentioned we'd see her again. There you go. If you haven't gotten her from a llama yet, you might want to keep rolling. And then Sergeant Winter, Jolly Hunter, these are heroes that are nice to have. Demolisher Jonesy splits your frags into 6 of them. That's super fun, and I don't play around with that enough. Sometimes I'll just put them in support. Like in a shotgun build, I know if I'm reloading with a grenade, I've got Chaos Agent to reload instantly. Might as well throw in Cluster Bomb. That's like not a trivial amount of damage. It's good. So yeah. And then like I said, you can get Ted for some reason. Like he's only earned by Frost Knight, and yet he's still in the llamas. I don't know. I'm not complaining. He's a great hero. He adds crit chance to your minigun. Like, hell yeah. So that's a quick rundown of the heroes in the llamas, and I switched off there, totally forgetting about holiday weapons, because the pop shot, I cannot overstate, is one of the strongest weapons in the game. It is the highest DPS shotgun in the game. Now, that doesn't mean it's the best. Oh my god, no. You are shooting so many shots to get there. You are going to burn through your durability. It's reloading 7.5 shells per second. The perks you want on this are crit rating, crit damage, mag size, reload. That's not exclusive. You might want double crit damage. You might want to shoot faster with fire rate. There are lots of ways to spec this thing, but yeah, mag size and reload. It makes you reload a lot faster, significantly. It makes a gigantic difference, and this thing is a monster. You do not want to miss out. Ralphie's Revenge is super fun, but you could give it or take it. Same. Supersonic Slasher is pretty decent. I recommended this as like a mini boss killer in my video on that, so it's worth grabbing. But honestly, I feel like the pop shot. Pot shot is a launcher. Pop shot is a shotgun. It's hard to say, but the shotgun is like the one thing out of the llamas that I really, really think you don't want to miss. Otherwise, like I said, grinding tickets is pretty easy to do, and it'll auto open them anyway. Like, I got 56, and once it rounds up at the end of the season, 57 llamas here without even trying. So you should be able to get that taken care of. Now, we're going to go through the event shop. I'm going to first point out the absolute most important things in my opinion, and then we'll go from there. Sub-Zero Zenith allows you to freeze enemies with snipers. That counts bows, and even with the dramatically reduced projectile size of the Xenon bow, it is still an excellent freeze array with this guy. So Zenith is an extremely good utility hero. Anything that allows you to freeze a smasher is extremely nice to have. He is great. Santa's Little Helper is excellent for crowd clearing. I thought I could see the perks. This thing with reload, triple damage, and physical is enough to kill nurses. That's a big deal. One-shotting nurses, and it cuts through the bubbles, the shielder bubbles. It'll hit the bubble and do enough damage to kill the shielder. These are two very important facts, because that means the Santa's Little Helper can instantly delete most of a crowd of basic enemies, or at least take away their bubble and or healing. That is an extremely effective crowd clearing utility. I highly recommend it as a sidearm. So you blast it into a crowd, delete all the babies and get rid of the shield, then switch to your primary and focus your damage on the smasher or whatever you were trying to kill. It's not good for single target damage. You do not want this versus a mini boss, but it is just enough damage to delete the whole crowd of enemies. It's quite good. In fact, the Jabberwocky that I'm constantly recommending, because the thing is a monster, has a base damage that is 1 point less than the Santa's Little Helper. So they are statistically kind of the same base damage, but then they have totally different perks and reloads, and 6 perks is a whole different thing. The Jabberwocky explodes into 3 more projectiles of itself, and then 3 more because it's bugged. So yeah, Santa's Little Helper's a monster, but so is the Jabberwocky. So anyway, I spent too long on that, but yeah, Cloak Shadow, you guys know he's my favorite hero. He's not like an instant win hero. You can't just lay into a mini boss with him. It's not gonna work like that, but killing an enemy, activating Shadow Stance, and just deleting everything around you is intensely satisfying. He is a great pickup, and you gotta try him. He's my go-to in every single Venture season. He makes Ventures fun, all on his own. Snowstrike, a new hero, is actually well recommended. So she is awesome to slot into any single build at all that involves throwing stars. If you are using a melee build of any kind, all of the melees, or, I don't know, Lynx, I think, has throwing stars. Like, whoever has throwing stars, she's just kind of nice, because that 167 base damage is huge. That is so much. Like, it's a ridiculous amount. In the lead, she freezes, which is actually pretty good, but slowing enemies, that's the only difference. It's not like she does more or less in the leader support. It's just the difference between your throwing stars slowing them and freezing them. Now, your throwing stars will no longer do damage, which has tripped me up a lot, but if you can follow up that throwing star by using a pickaxe or a melee or a dragon slash, some kind of ability, that explosion is a lot of damage. It makes a big difference. Lynx is my go-to in the Storm King fight. That kunai allows you to just do a ton of damage right away, and you're floating in the middle of the air, which is actually nice and safe because you're up and far away from the enemies. You can still get hit by ranged attacks. You're certainly not invincible, but it is a very, very consistent hero just for the Storm King fight. She's pretty good in regular missions. Overused by the newbies, as I understand it, but still quite nice to have. And one of the characters you can use when you can just remove your skin and be happy with it. So for the rest of the items in the shop, I'm going to go quickly in the interest of time. But the Snowball Launcher, semi-auto, water-only launcher, super strong, super fun. Monks adds banana peels to your kunai, which is a nice utility. It doesn't come up much, but if you're spamming kunai, she's nice to have. Ice Queen freezes enemies, that include smashers, with your Seismic Smash. Little tough to use. I think Zenith is way better if you're just trying to freeze smashers, but she can be used. If you're looking to have a lot of fun, there you go. Coco 45, if you want to have fun. Kickstarted my Fun 160 series because that marshmallow bounces around a ton. I boxed in a mini boss in that old triple crit damage video and killed it solo. Like, this thing can be incredible if you're willing to go through the setup and you're shooting a pistol that shoots marshmallows. It is one of my favorite weapons in the game. Super fun. Black Knight Garridan, really good to have just for your collection. Vindertech Blazer and Lightning Pistol make me upset. I don't like that these are in the event shop because these are not event weapons. I fear for the newbies who pick these up, Trailblaster as well, thinking these are special or rare. I mean, the Lightning Pistol is, I think, it's not the highest, but it is one of the highest DPS SMGs in the game. but you can get it from regular missions all the time. We see it almost daily, if not weekly. So I don't know what it's doing here. Pain Train, one of the strongest ARs in the game. It's awesome. Its 6 perks are amazing. I love Affliction. I can't not use it, but it does have the stacking damage 6 perk. And if memory serves, I think it was the first weapon in the game to have each shot grants damage, each shot grants crit rating. I feel like this was the pioneer weapon for that 6 perk. Pretty good combo. You can get a pretty decent amount of extra crit rating from that. And Sliceable, I don't like that this comes out during a season where it's not well used. This is a water only weapon, but hey, next season will allow for some 4Xs to be fire, and this thing is really good. Weird perks, check out my best perks on it, but there's a lot to talk about, but it's very good. So yeah, honestly, one of the best events of the season of the game. There's a lot going on here, and if you missed out on any of this, I'm sorry, and I'm happy for you because you're watching this hopefully before the season ends. I do leave this video up a few days, sometimes weeks after the season ends, just so that people can get calibrated. If you're coming in out of nowhere and this reminder video stays up telling you what just passed, it's nice for calibration, but it can be a bit confusing. So when you guys see this video up for a week or two after the season is over, I'm not being lazy. It's actually quite intentional. I just, you know, it's a whole thing. So yeah, I think I just about covered everything. I hope I didn't forget anything. And there you go. Happy end of the season. I hope you guys were able to get everything you wanted and grind some Frost Knight if you need any more gold or tickets. That's it. I'm out of here. Subscribe and welcome to the next season where we hopefully have something interesting. I don't know. I mentioned I would talk about what's upcoming, but Stoneheart Fair is awesome. Chaos Agent in Dungeons is great if we see it again. There have been some leaks. We all know about that map they found. I don't know if that is going to be a mode that's coming out this year. Could totally be some 2027 stuff. I really have no idea, but there are some interesting items coming out, but we all know that this is one of the weakest seasons in the game, which could be why they're maybe working on something. I don't know, but it's something to look forward to. Just don't get your hopes up too high because that's a good way to get disappointed. If something cool comes out, awesome. If it doesn't, Dungeons is cool too. So that's it. All right, I'm out of here for real this time. I'm gonna go to bed. It's late when I'm recording this.